So explain to me about the natural phenomenon that you researched.
I researched up on flooding because me and my partner looked it up.
Yeah?
That in Australia, flooding
Yeah.
and what was the other one? Flooding and I'm pretty sure earthquakes.
Yeah?
Were the number one, were one of the four natural phenomenons, but the other two we weren't studying.
Okay.
So I chose to do floods and Tyler D, my partner, chose to do earthquakes.
Okay.
He actually used to work.
And so how did you decide on what to include in your picture?
Well, I decided to include a city that was flooded, and usually people use boats when it's flooding, so I put a canoe there. And then I'm gonna, at the top, I'm gonna put when flooding, go to high ground.
Why would people want to go to high ground when it's flooding?
Because floods won't reach over a building. That's a tsunami. Floods would just take up half a building, so it'd be good to get on the roof of a building or get a boat.
Okay.
Because then you can float on. You can with a boat. You can just go over the flooding and get to your house and go on high ground.
How did you find out about the boats?
Well, I've seen people use boats before when it's flooding. I've seen pictures.
Okay.
And I did a little research on it, and most people do use boats.
Does it always happen? Do they always use them?
Not always, but if the people have a boat and they need to get somewhere, usually they either swim, they either drown because the current's pushing them, or they use the boat or a small piece of cardboard to float on.
Thank you. So what natural disaster did you research?
I did tsunamis.
Okay. And what did you decide to include in your picture for the teapot box?
Decided to include here is a guy surfing on a tsunami. I know it's weird, but if you think about it, tell them not to do it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes tsunamis are small. People would think they would be a wave, but sometimes if they're small, you can still drown in them.
Okay.
Also, it's better to be higher for a tsunami.
Okay.
Because tsunamis are lower than high.
But are you good at? So what then would you add as your piece of advice then for them? Where should that guy go instead of trying to?
You should if you have if you're in your house, it's not good to be lower. It could break through a wall or break through glass, and it could flood you and drown you.
Okay.
If it's higher, it can't get to you.
It's better than our draw.
Okay, so where would you suggest that this guy go instead of trying to be like the brave one who's surfing on top?
No, you have to. No, Rudy?
On a balcony.
So how could you show that as well?
I could draw a picture here.
And what kind of elements of design could you include?
For the
Sorry, what? Okay, for the bottom of what? The house?
house.
So what element of design is that when you use crosshatch? Okay, so which one are you doing?
I'm doing volcanoes.
Okay, and tell me what you learned about volcanoes.
That you can't really escape them unless you're in a huge body of water.
Okay. So what would you then offer as advice to at least try to minimize damage, I guess?
Jump into the ocean.
If they have access to it? Why the ocean? Why would that work?
Well, because one drop of lava compared to the ocean would probably there would be more water than lava, so it would
Be your best attempt. Okay. And what about you?
I did tsunami.
Okay, and what did you find out?
Well, when you're in a tsunami, people keep on swimming instead, but you should always hold a floating object because it can hold you up.
And ideally, will you actually be able to swim out a tsunami?
No,
Why not?
because the tsunami will keep on going over you so you can drown.
Okay, so what would be your best bet then to kind of escape that?
Hold a floating object.
Okay. And but then wouldn't you still eventually drown even if you were holding a floating object or not?
Well, I'm not sure about that because
I did my research, all it said was hold a floating object and there's a chance that you could survive a tsunami.
Okay.
It depends on how bad the tsunami is.
What are your concerns about maybe holding that object? Like, why do you think that might not work?
Probably if you hold a floating object, the object can go down.
Yep.
And then, go down because you're putting all that weight on it. So I think you could drown.
It'd be interesting to know if the object floats, but you go on top of it, if that allows the object to continue to float, or if I would actually drown. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what that is.
It would be interesting to find that out. If people went to high ground in an earthquake, then how would that help educate them on the tsunami?
Because then they could probably see the tsunami coming, and then they could maybe go like inland or something.
Right. So if they were to go to high ground when an earthquake comes, then how would that help prevent them from getting injured in a tsunami? What do you think?
Draw 2 more images.
They go to high ground in an earthquake. What did you say about the connection between earthquakes and tsunamis?
Earthquakes cause tsunamis.
Right. So if they go to high ground in an earthquake, how will that help them then with the tsunami?
Because then they know that a tsunami is going to be coming.
Okay. And why does being at higher ground help them in terms of a tsunami?
It's probably because the size of the tsunami.
Yeah.
If it's like high, you might want to go to a really high building so the water won't hit you.
Okay. What natural phenomenon are you discussing?
Tsunami.
Okay. And what can you tell me about what you decided to draw right about?
It's better to be higher than lower in a tsunami.
Okay. And why?
Because when you're higher on a mountain, it's easy for the wave not to get you. But if you're lower on the ground, like on land,
Yes.
lower, then the wave can pick you up from the bottom of the wave and take you into the wave.
But how are you going to get up high?
Well, some mountains, they have houses with roads where you can drive up to it.
Well, what if you were on the beach and the tsunami's coming?
Well, before the tsunami gets to the land will all dry, so the parking lots are dry, so people get in their cars
Yeah.
and drive up.
Would there always be time for that to happen?
Well, before they know a tsunami's coming, the ambulance has a siren that goes off, so people know that a tsunami's coming and they can know.
Is it on the ambulance that the siren happens?
No, it's in the hospital.
Are you sure? Where did you figure out? Sorry.
The siren comes from where the weather people work.
Okay.
It comes from them.
Okay, so they give up, so they let people know that it's coming?
It's like a tornado. Tornadoes do that too.
Right.
So people know that a tornado's coming.
Okay, so then they can kind of plan it in advance. Thanks. Okay, so how did you get this to light up?
It lights up because the electricity transfers into the light bulbs and it flashes for a limited amount of time.
Okay. Did you actually make that work, or is it one that you buy?
It was broken and then I
How did you make it work?
some of the wires were twisted and stuff.
Okay.
So I asked to sit back.
So you're like my electricity guru then.
For my Disney cruise, I saw a huge sign saying, "Beware of sharks, like eels, like pufferfish, like stingrays, jellyfish, and stuff like that." And I don't care if it was a joke or not. I'm not going in that water
Now, why do you think it might be a joke?
because, you wouldn't actually say that. And it was on a Disney cruise on their private island. So it probably was a joke, but I took it seriously because I was terrified.
Can you tell me a little bit about your display over here? What do all of the pictures represent?
Those are all the places that I've been. Where the toothpick point is, that's where it was. So in the middle of the ocean, that's where the cruises were. This is my view from the New York City thing. That's in Vancouver. Over here is all the places I've been in Europe, like the Giant's Causeway, the St. Patrick's Day Parade actually in Ireland, Amsterdam, Disney Paris. This was in Belgium, where like I forget what it was, but it was like something Plaza, and there, which was I'm pretty sure Germany.